This might be my best one. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking love this one. What do you call a Frenchman in thongs?
What?
Philippe Flop.
Oh, the fact that this has broken you is phenomenal. Oh, while JT laughs, let's get this going.
Here at the glass table, we're just like you.
I like to play football, I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
Yay! I like to play football, and I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
But we do things a little bit differently around here.
That could be a dream, Jared.
Stupid dick!
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Glass Table. It's episode 93. It's about the same amount of seconds as JT spent laughing at his own joke.
It was really fucking funny.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm well. I'm very,
clearly.
very well. No, I am good, apart from the joke, which was very, very funny also. I am doing well. We've had another week of football, a slightly better week of football than we have had previously, which is always encouraging. So that's nice. But no, it's very good to be here. Very good to be joining you once again.
We get paid to do, so I'd assume you'd be here every week.
Sure.
Paid in love.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, yeah, you're right. It was a massive sort of weekend, and I'm very well, thank you for asking. I really appreciate that.
I said, how are you at the end of that? But anyway.
Did you?
I think so.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're in a good spot after, a decent old weekend.
Tell you what, coming out of the weekend feeling like I nearly won the game was real good.
At least it's better than it has been. You know?
Like, can't believe it was, it was an 82-point turnaround from the margin the week before, and I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
Really, really impressed. Any other team you're beating on the day, I reckon.
Yeah.
And
Frio just know how to do it.
Yep. Which is fine. And you decided to, on the most beautiful of days at the MCG, I don't know how, but you made that one of the worst games of football I think I've ever not seen.
We made football look shit. Yeah, we made football look real bad. It was. You're absolutely right. It was the most picturesque, perfect day of winter football. It was like the weather that you want on a perfect grand final day. And we went out there and produced the worst performance ever, and we won still. So that was encouraging. But good lord,
how's your heart?
Yeah, grim. These last few weeks have been real shit.
I don't understand how you're coping.
I think I said it last week. The Melbourne one was obviously incredible. Really got the heart going. Last week's one, it was close, but I was like, whatever, man. And then this one was kind of like an in-between, because it was Tigers, we've just played shit. So it was kind of my heart was more just it's been such a bad game. And if I come out of this with a loss as well, it's just a terrible day. So it's been a weird few weeks, but oh well, what can you? Your heart would not be coping well after Saturday night.
Nah. My heart hasn't had a beat for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it gets resuscitated.
It was alive halfway through the third quarter.
I'm driving home, and I'm illegally watching the game, mind you. And I had to pull over. I had to. It was 2.5 minutes to go, and I pulled over, just stopped, put the blinkers on. And I've just seen Boak take a mark outside 50. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, launch it, go on. I don't launch it from 60 and kick the goal. He didn't. He decided to pierce. I reckon it was the best kick he's done in 5 years. He's absolutely hit Connor Rosie. It was that powerful, Boakie's kick to Rosie, that he caused Connor to have cramp.
And parked him for the day.
And then he kicked the goal. put us in front, and I look like a psycho in a car punching the roof. And the story of our season, a defender kicks the winning goal against us. So that's how well my heart went. And it felt like a win because we've been bashed from pillar to post. We've got a sample side playing, and I was just so proud.
Yeah.
You know?
As you deserve to be. And I think this is, and like I think I said this, I can't remember which one I said this about. I think I said this about the Sydney game for the Saints earlier in the year. It's very similar to this. It is the perfect result for your football club if you had a first round pick, which you don't, unfortunately.
Oh, is there plans in place?
But if you had a first round pick, it would have been the perfect result because you took it right up to a really good team, but couldn't quite get the chockies. And that's exactly where you want to be in round 22. Like that is exactly where you need to be.
Port Adelaide will win a game.
Hmm.
Before season's end. There's obviously 2 games left.
Yeah.
I could nail one of these. They play Carlton and Gold Coast. I could not give 2 shits about the Carlton game. I don't care. We could lose by 50. I couldn't give a stuff. All right? I don't care. The season's done. Doesn't matter. That last one against the Suns. I reckon rest all our good players. There's like 3 left. But rest them all this week. Play them on the park against the Suns. Go all out.
Yeah.
Let's win it for
last. Ken's last. The boys out there.
Forget Ken, just for Trav. Speaking of Trav, let's talk stupid sexy.
Yeah, play the music.
Stupid sexy.
Yeah, well played.
All right, stupid sexy time. I'm going to kick this one off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've been holding this in for a week. And we teased it last week. We sent the episode out with the result ending up being what it was. And Travis Boak retiring. We have to. What caused me most heartache about Travis Boak retiring was the fact that we now have to change the intro to Stupid Sexy.
Nah, I don't think so. I think
the legend continues.
Yeah, I think you can be the whole time.
Today's probably the first day I've stopped crying. And when an end of an era happens, and it comes to a moment where you start, the initial announcement of retirement is what it is. You know, you've got to accept it. They play all the highlights, everything comes out, all the photos across the career, knowing that you still got 3 games left, now 2, is really exciting. There's little moments that happen along the way that really hits home. And it's not just the Boak retirement for me, and this will link with your Stupid Sexy because it's going to be good. But the actual moment that was beautiful and Stupid Sexy for me was the Boak and Fyfe moment. Because at the time, it was like 2 icons of their clubs, 2 legends of the game, ones that will be remembered forever. They iconic, the 2 most gambled on roulette numbers in 7 and 10 for me. Exchanging Guernseys, and it was just a beautiful moment. And it ended up being such a real moment, a surreal moment, because it ended up eventuating in the news of Nat Fyfe retiring.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think when we have moments of swapping Guernseys, we've seen it in the years. It's either state of origin or it's legends of clubs, of players retiring and everything going on. Never really, truly does it set in of that moment being so iconic. And I wanted to highlight it because it deserves. It was one of the moments of the year for me.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely.
And, I need more tissues.
It is a fantastic moment. It is. You're absolutely right. One of the moments of the year. It's great to see, and I think it almost at that point you could highlight. You saw that happen. You're like, oh, Fyfe's definitely done. Like that was like what it was. If this whole year leading up hadn't already been telling you that moment itself was like, oh, Fyfe's going to call it as well. And you know, like you're absolutely right. 2 guys that we said this about Boak and Ward last week, but it's the same with Boak and Fyfe. 2 guys that were just stars when there wasn't always great players around them, just dragging their teams up the ladder, just like fucking come with me, we're gonna get there, kind of thing. You know, captains, best and fairest, all these accolades. Fyfe and Boak are those 2. We said about Boak and Ward, obviously, and it's great to see that. And it was just like those. It was like game recognized game. That's exactly what it was. And you said it perfectly. It links right into my stupid section, which is Nat Fyfe himself. He is. I feel like he is the epitome of it. And you posted it first, and then I posted like a green screen TikTok earlier today. But he's the epitome of a stupid, sexy footballer because that photo of him with the Brownlow medal around his neck, just on the phone, leaning back, one of the most iconic AFL photos in the history of the game. Like that is up there as one of the most iconic ever. When you say what's the most iconic AFL photo or AFL related photo, that's very close because it is just extraordinary. And you're absolutely right. There was a point, and like I said, it was about 6 years from 2013 through to 2019, or even a little bit later, when Nat Fyfe was the fucking man. Like he was the guy. And like I felt like the last couple of years we've been just disrespecting that a little bit. I feel like we haven't given him enough love. And I'm going to give Nat Fyfe his love because he deserves it. Dual Brownlow medalist, going to go down as one of the all-time greats. Didn't win a flag like your Dangers or your Dusties, but fucking sensational. And I love him a lot. I love everything he brought to the game. Thought he was unbelievable. And yeah, he's a very honorary Stupid Sexy member, Nat Fyfe.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it's one of those things where you just celebrate legends. And I can't believe the names we've actually... we knew it was coming. These are the names of the 2010s. You know, Callum Ward, the Nat Fyfe.
Walters, Michael Walters and Nat Fyfe in the same year. You're like, fuck, that is rough.
Feel sorry to be a Freo fan, especially if you're crying. You know, like, I know how that feels. You know, we've got Boak and Rory Atkins retiring. It's like a very... two icons.
Hasn't Port Adelaide passed Rory Atkins post number yet for Boak.
I think they're on par at the moment.
That's all right. Boak's still got a few more.
He absolutely does. But, you know, I don't know. You know, we talk about Stupid Sexy, and it's like icon Travis Boak of their football club. Nat Fyfe, icon of their football club coming together. And I think they, you know, it's a jumper swap. But if you're idolizing these people, you love the moment. But, and I don't mean to sexualize, but taking their tops off, couple of handy rigs.
definitely still blokes that, and we know Travis Boak does. You see, he brings blokes around. He always takes them to America and shit, and does all the things. He's always going to have the rig for it. Fyfe, as we've seen in that Brownlow post, has always been ready to go. Those two boys are definitely. They've never been sloppy over their entire careers. They've always been.
No.
There've always been some good blokes out there.
No, absolutely not.
The only thing that I think would have made that moment better is if they had then put on the new jumpers and they got a photo. I think that just would have been really cool. I don't know why. I just think it would have been like
I didn't like the broadcast screenshots. I wanted someone to go out there and get a photo.
Yeah, I know they probably didn't wear it because they're both sweaty and didn't want to put on a sweaty jumper.
I think AFL players wear sizes too small.
Yeah, quite literally, they have to get it like fucking ripped onto them basically.
So 2 iconic names, and I thought we'll do a blind ranking. We've done who would you rather and all of that. But this is a blind ranking. I've got 5 names here. You don't know the names.
Okay.
But they're icons of their football club. You're going to go 1 to 5.
1 being the most.
1 being the most, the best or the most iconic. 5 being, they're still iconic, and they're still in the top 5. You can't lose here. You're in a top 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're still winners. Yeah, people will find a way to complain though.
Most iconic for their football club blind ranking. Okay. We'll start off with Callum Ward.
I feel like there's going to be some big names coming. And I don't want to disrespect Cal because I really like him. But I think it's just the GWS person where it's like they're just not that iconic of a football club. I'm going to put him in 5.
Nat Fyfe.
It's fucking so close to 1, isn't it? Like, it's got to be close. 1, 2 Brownlows. 2 into a grand final. Couple AAs. I'll put him in 2.
Number 2 for Nat Fyfe. Dusty Martin.
Yeah, I fucking knew that shit was coming. I knew that shit was coming. Number 1, Dusty Martin. Number 1.
Scott Pendlebury.
Fuck! That's so rough. I didn't think these were going to come in. I feel like Boak's going to be the last one. Pendle's won a couple of flags. Maybe Boak's not going to be the last one. You're tricking me. I got Pendle's in 3. Won a couple of flags.
Travis Boak.
Yeah, okay, 4. Okay. In hindsight, maybe I put Fyfe a little too high, but not even. He was very good. I don't know. Again, pretty happy with all of them. Glad I put Dusty at 1. I think that was a good safe.
Yeah,
I think safe bet that one.
I don't think anyone's going to have a farewell like Dusty. We play 398,000 people turn up for 16th v 18th.
To a shithole game where 96,000 are there and he plays all right, you know? Like, yeah.
Dusty has the most iconic farewell. It's not, I know he didn't play that wasn't his farewell, but having the first goal of the game in your 300th be,
And it was a banger too.
yeah.
It was a great goal. Yeah.
I think you've got that sort
I
of
think
bang on.
I reckon
I'd probably swap Pendlebury and Fyfe for 3 and 2.
Yeah. That's probably a thing that I would have changed, I think.
Maybe that's a Victorian biasness thing. I don't know, but
didn't have Fyfe at 2 though. There would have been
no, that's what I mean. Like, it's probably if
yeah.
you look at it, it's big club Richmond,
Yeah.
Collingwood.
No, I think it makes sense to put Pendles in like 2. One flags. I think that's what separates it. Might not have got the Brownlows, but he won flags. And you talk about iconic for the club. Pendlebury was there in 2010, there in 2023. So like he has had both of those eras. So I think Pendlebury could have been higher, but I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm glad you are. That's going to go out across all social media, and people are going to absolutely rinse you. And
no, I think I'm pretty good.
I'll start by saying Travis Boak should have been 1.
I know, and there's the Port Adelaide bias, and there it is. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but you're absolutely right at the start of that. They are all very iconic for their clubs, and I suppose it's like a talking point. You can, well, I'll be the one posting it on social media, but the question that I'll pose with it is, who do you think is the most iconic for every club? The most iconic club man kind of thing, most iconic person.
Well, you look at it, and I see like instantly North Melbourne, Brent Harvey.
Yeah, 100%. St Kilda's Nick Rewell, and that's just how it is. Like it's
Geelong will always be Joel Selwood.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So like, there's these different ones that kind of pop up, and I think Hawks have Sam Mitchell, not even just for playing, but coaching wise as well. So it's a few different things.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Good question. Well done.
good combination there. We did good.
Yeah, great start of the show. This.
Yep, nailed it.
We've had a great joke, a great blind ranking. We've organised the question. We are an organised duo.
We're an organised bunch. Now it's time to talk about the actual football, which sucks.
I just want to put out just straight away. We had some big games that could have been eventuated from this weekend. Some that lived up to expectations and some that over-delivered.
Yes.
But I in particularly want to say the ones that over-delivered, I want to say a massive thank you to the shit teams. Anyone that's in the bottom 8, the Dogs and Swans, you kind of can expect it.
Yeah.
But the way the bottom 8 have gone, I'm talking the likes of Essendon, the Tigers. I'm not going to say North. They suck. They're not in this conversation.
West
Coast, Melbourne, Port Adelaide, Essendon. I'll say St Kilda and Richmond because they organised some shit show that was actually close that you still can get out of your seat. Carlton put up a fight.
Yeah.
Essendon, thank you.
That 44 points is way worse than it actually was. That Essendon one. Like, it wasn't a 44-point game. You blew out at the end, but they gave it a crack for a lot of that one. And I respect
all we ask of the bottom 8, when we talk about who's causing upset, the Swans have finally changed that thing about bottom 8 being the top 8. But you can't expect it. But just all of the
time too.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a second. But I just want to say thank you to them. Thank you to the teams that created we had so many close games, the Essendon game, as you said, it wasn't, it was a blowout in the end, but they deserved recognition. Swans Lions was closer than it probably seemed, but
yeah, that was like the opposite result.
Surprise result. Suns Blues was, one of those stiff-armed games. Port Freo was arguably the game of the round.
Pretty good.
Along with Melbourne and the Dogs, which probably was game of the round. And then the Eagles nearly did the best boil over in the history of the game.
I thought it was happening for so long, like way longer than I should have thought. Didn't surprise me that Adelaide won in the end, but I was like, they actually had me believing. In wrestling, right? When in wrestling, when what the result is going to be, like it's Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber in Canada. Roman Reigns is going to win. He's not going to lose his title to the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. It's not happening. But for like a second, Sami Zayn hits a haluva kick, and he hits another haluva kick, and you're like, they're not going to do it, are they? there was a sliver of hope in me that at one point there, West Coast was going to do it. And then eventually I wasn't surprised, but it's one of those ones where at the end of the match, and I stood up and I went, fucking oath. Well played, West Coast. You gave it a crack. And
it was a really, really fun round, I reckon.
Yeah. No, you're right. And like I said in the earlier, I think I said before, it's like the results that everyone had, all those shit teams, are the perfect results for their football teams because they still lost, but they showed some fight against a good team. That's what you need because it keeps your draft picks okay, but you show your fans, except for North Melbourne, not looking at you, you showed your fans that there is hope for the next year. That's what you have to show at this point, kind of thing. Again, not North Melbourne. I don't know what's going on there.
I just want to tip my hat to everyone. You're absolutely right. Yeah, great work for the bottom eight, not North Melbourne. Great work, bottom eight, not North
Great
Melbourne.
work, bottom eight, North Melbourne. Yeah, you guys suck. Don't know what's going on there. I actually I have never seen more calls for a team to like I don't think a team has been closer to folding than North Melbourne right now because there have been like some seriously strongly worded articles in the recent like week and a bit and like tweets and just very, very angry North fans right now. And I'm like, oh, this is severe. And they don't have a first round pick. And I'm like, oh man, oh boy.
The North are just like one of those teams that could become like the Crows.
Yeah, but it's just
as in like I don't mean as in they have the caliber. I just mean anyone could jump up and surprise.
Yeah, but like I tell you what, we'll learn a bit about them this week. They play the Tigers at Marvel.
This right here,
yeah,
Jared. This right here is the game that you're eyeing off because you put it on the line at the start of the year. Richmond would win.
Ooh.
And this game, if the Tigers win, they guaranteed, right? Because they won't win the last one. They play the Cats, and it won't happen. And North play Adelaide, which won't happen either. So this is for me. This is the game of the round. This is the game you have to be watching.
This is my game, right? And when I put this out at the start of the year, I had people very angry at me. I had some very upset people saying that I was silly and that I shouldn't be talking. And now I look here and Richmond have 20 points and North have 18. And I'm like,
I really hope it's a draw.
Would be hilarious, and I still win. So fuck you all. But a draw or a Richmond win. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is massive for North Melbourne as a fan. It's massive for me because I want to be right. And I said it at the start of the year because I have not rated North Melbourne for a really long time, and they are proving me right time and time again.
Absolutely, I know you'll be out and about for the AFLW, but I'll be watching that game and I'm excited. You know, there's the other thing as well. We talk about North and their massive losses. I feel sorry for the D's. They get put in this bloody 250 time slot every week.
And they always give it a crack.
Sorry, 245. Just I think they've had like 8 losses. For under a goal or under 2 goals.
2 of them have come consecutive. In the same time slot. Very funny. Melbourne team that I don't like, and we've talked a lot about how like the bottom 9 are really bad and the top 9 are good, and like that is still true. But Melbourne aren't, I don't think, that bad.
Right? No, they're not.
I look back at their year. And they obviously gave up, biggest comeback in history kind of thing. But, like, again, 1 goal goes a different way. They win that game. They beat the Lions at the Gabba. They took it right up to the Dogs here. They lost to the Giants by a goal in, like, early days of the season. They have been thereabouts heaps. And they've had their bad moments. They got thumped by North really early in the year. But that was really early in the year kind of thing. They have had their moments where they've been not that bad. King's birthday, they were okay from memory for a little while there. All I'm saying, I don't think Melbourne are that shit.
All right. Their first game of the year, they lost to the Giants by 3 points.
And it was Lockie Keith kicking the goal for the win.
Yeah. It was the thumping to North the week after. They got thumped by the Suns, thumped by the Cats, lost to the Dons and Gather Round. And
it was the start of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. 3-0 they defeated at home. Then they defeated the Tigers. They went on to win against the Eagles. Just lost to the Hawks. They defeated the Lions at the Gabba. They thumped the Swans. Lost to you guys by 5 goals at Alice Springs. They lost to the Pies by a point.
Yeah.
The Crows by 2 goals. Lost to the Blues by
I
8
think
points.
they're getting harshly judged, the D's, I think.
You turn around 4 of those games, right?
Yeah, you don't give up the comeback to the Saints. You scrape past the Blues, and all of a sudden their season is way better than it comes out to be.
Same as the Swans. Now,
Yeah.
the Swans, I reckon, and out of the last 25 years, they make the finals. I know they already have, but with the percentage and the wins that they've had, with 11 wins for the year,
Yeah,
they play finals.
Yeah.
But it's because we have a year where
everyone is better.
apparently 9 teams win everything. I don't want to talk about that because the run home, we saw it before. They're between 2nd and 8th is separated by a game.
Yeah.
We had a similar thing last year between, I think, 4th and 8th or 4th and 10th or whatever.
Yeah.
I generally have never been more comfortable in saying that the top 8 is locked.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I
don't see how the Dogs break in. No.
The Dogs have to win 2, and one of them they play they play Freo in the last game. Then they've got to hope the Giants
lose to us,
lose to the Saints.
Yeah,
and even the Hawks lose their last 2. They play the Lions. Imagine that. Imagine the Hawks lose. I know they had a big win this week against the Pies. But imagine they come out of this one losing to the D's, for example, and then they've got to go in the last one and beat the Lions at the Gabba. I want theatre.
It's strange. It's so funny to me that literally Geelong isn't even locked into the finals yet. Any of those teams, and all it takes is one Dogs loss for Geelong and Collingwood and Freo to all be locked in. I understand that, but it's just the theatre of it, it could happen technically. You say you're more comfortable that the top 8's locked, and I agree with that absolutely. I am also the most comfortable in saying that if we're ever going to have a premier come from 8th position on the ladder, it's this year. And we've had it close before. The Dogs won it from 7th in 2016. If we're ever going to have it from 8th, this is going to be the year it'll happen. Because they're all the same.
Anyone on any day wins.
You're absolutely right. Some days I'm like, Collingwood is unbelievable. They're unstoppable. And then they get thumped by Hawthorn. And I'm like, all right, now I don't know. So it's literally anything can happen. Adelaide Collingwood this week, wouldn't be surprised if the Pies win. You know what I mean? It's so bizarre to me. And that's my thing. I think if we're ever going to have a premier from 8th, it is this year.
I generally think this is the year where it won't matter if you've got a double chance.
No.
We talked about how shit footy's been this year, how terrible it's been, and one-sided it's been between top 8, bottom 10, et cetera, et cetera. We're getting that run to the end where it's I don't know who's going to finish where, who's getting a home final, all of that. But this is the year we're going to get the most unpredictable winner. I talked about it last week, but I after the weekend's results, I'm even more confident that we're going to get a Gold Coast, a Freo, Giants, someone unknown.
Freo following that same pattern that the Pies did as well, where it's they kind of didn't dominate games and they kind of just fought back late and managed to fight their way to the end. They're following that same sort of pattern. So more and more, I'm like, Freo, they're just sneaking up a little bit. And now it's like a Fyfe thing. I don't know if you saw his meeting today where he said, let's go win that fucking cup. And I was like, yes, Fyfe, I will do it for you. I was ready to jump on board.
And you just know that they're going to play him sub.
Yeah,
on the day.
If they make the grand final, Nat Fyfe will be the sub 100%.
I don't think I'm as confident with the Crows now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's nothing that they've done, even the West Coast thing. It is still tough to play in Perth sometimes. So I'm like, okay. But I'm just less confident that I don't think they are clear and wide the best team in the comp. I don't think that. I think it's very, very on your day. You've just got to be good on your day. So I love Gold Coast and they're 6th. And I'm like, man, I don't know. What's going to happen?
Well, they should. They're my tip for the top 4. So the Giants, Suns play this week. We'll get to tipping in a second. But I think even the Suns drop this week. They play Essendon and Port, who Essendon and Port have clearly now shown from last week they're no easy beats. So I don't know, man. I got no idea who's going to win the thing. I don't know who's going to win the flag. I don't know who's going to make finals. I don't know.
I still think there's one more twist in this season to come. Like I know, like we said, it could be a top 8 lock, and I'm sure, but I think there's a twist somewhere. Like Hawthorn drop both their games. You know, like something in there that just throws a spanner in, allows the Dogs to just try and like get a sniff of it, kind of thing. But
it's just like, imagine the Hawks, for example. Maybe it is set up, a bit scripted, to be honest, but maybe it's set up to be like, maybe it's a bit of WWE. You know, we get to the last day, we get to WrestleMania Sunday, and you've got a 1-on-1 main event where the Hawks and the Lions
have to
play.
beat the Lions to make finals, and because the Dogs beat Freo.
The Lions might have to win to make finals.
Yeah, it could be either team win to make finals because the Dogs won earlier. I need to knock them out. I don't know.
Yeah, the Lions, to me, are just one of those teams that go, all right, we'll have a loss, but then we'll come back next week and we're like, and you can't rely on that forever. But once they're there, they're there.
They will this time. Yeah, you're right.
Shows how much they miss Lockie Neal, though.
Yes, quite literally. And like I feel like it feels like it's something that should be obvious. Like I feel like you say, yeah, you're missing the 2-time Brownlow medalists. You know, that would suck, kind of thing. People don't quite understand that. They're like, oh, but they've still got a lot of other players. He's still a 2-time Brownlow medalist. You know, like he's still very good.
Still has his good moment. Absolutely.
Not even have he's very good all the time. It's like you gotta, like, yes, McCluggage is good, but he's also very good because he has Neil next to him, kind of thing. So it's like this double sword.
They still have 17 Ashcrofts in there too, like,
and they're all pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Oh well,
I don't know. It's going to be a weird ending. If you were to tip someone from here, I know it's so unpredictable, and I know we've gone the other week. We said we wanted the Dogs Pies grand final, and we're not getting that.
We can't even fucking make a final. Yeah, I know.
Is
it insane if I still tip the Pies to win the flag?
No, it's not, because you have what the Pies have that they haven't probably showed on the thing is that scare factor.
I was about to say, in risk of getting this video demonetized.
What are you going to say?
I got a little bit of cunt about him, you know? they just got a little bit of something.
I don't normally tick the explicit box, but I think I've got to now.
Just, you know what I mean, though? Like, it's just there. You know that they're not going to go down without a fight.
I used to walk into the cricket change rooms when I was playing, and I'd always write on the whiteboard, have you taken your inner cunt plus today?
I don't know.
We don't rarely say that word, but it's always a meaning behind it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
For no reason. I do it for a purpose, and it's what I think. Do you? Yeah, I think, to me, it's still the Pies. Who do you think's going to win the flag?
Well, I think it's the Cats.
If I have to go through and sit through another fucking Collingwood Geelong grand final,
see, personally, would love it because it's safe as houses.
Or 100,000.
Or 100,000. You get everyone there. Snoop Dogg will probably play.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get high within 15 minutes, so they won't care about the grand final.
Collapse regardless of what's happening. Yeah.
It saves, and as much as your team that makes the top 8, you know, my team isn't, your team isn't. Who really gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I think if you want that big grand final, you want that moment, you want the Cats and Pies playing against each other. And we've talked about reasons why. But then again, Freo
Gold Coast on the last Saturday in September.
If we got Freo Gold Coast on the last Saturday in September, I would buy a ticket.
Yeah, so would I, because they'd be available.
Yeah,
people would be going.
It's not like I'm lining up at Ticketek to go find it.
If it's Freo Gold Coast or Freo Giants or Gold Coast Giants or any of those combinations of those guys, I will buy a ticket because I want to be there because it's really niche and it means that one of those teams is winning a flag for the first time, and that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I'll do everything I can to get there.
The AFL would absolutely hate it.
Hate it so much.
Because
off.
2 reasons why the AFL would hate a Freo Gold Coast grand final. 1, wouldn't get the ticket sales.
No.
And and everything. Or maybe they'd like it because the Gold Coast are there, so it's like their
Gold Coast,
baby.
okay, yeah.
So
Gold Coast
let's
would be like,
go. But what wouldn't matter. So Freo, Gold Coast, Freo Giants, whatever. It's low crowd, have to sell tickets, all that good stuff. Second reason, and it combines a few other teams. Freo Gold Coast, Freo GWS, Adelaide Brisbane, Gold Coast Adelaide, Giants Gold Coast, Brisbane, whoever. Another non-Victorian grand final
two in a row.
may absolutely blow the living shit out of the AFL house.
I think especially if it's like a Freo Gold Coast where the teams weren't originally born and bred in Victoria. Like, I think they were okay with last time because it was like, it's basically Fitzroy versus South Melbourne. How good's that kind of thing? Like, they built it off that. They built it off, fucking look at Marcus Ashcroft. Yeah, look at this. Like, this Victorian. Like, exactly. They built it off the Victorian blood. They were like, yeah, it's fine. Two old suburbs in Melbourne kind of. But if it was like, yeah, Freo Gold Coast or Freo GWS, they'd be like, fuck. Like, we have no link. We have no connection. If Gold Coast was in it, they'd be like, Dimmer, remember him? Yeah, Richmond. How cool's that?
We made Gold Coast. We made Gold Coast.
How cool was Dimmer coaching Richmond? That was all right. That was pretty cool. The Killers, look at them. Look at them go. They would do everything they can to remind you of the Richmond Flags. With Freo, they'd be like, fuck, I don't know, man. They would just like, Luke Jackson, he won a fucking fly for the D's. How cool is that? Fuck,
Peter Bell's in somewhere.
He's around there. Yeah.
If you want to say the AFL, hit us up.
Please, I would love to be there.
Well, with one season coming to an end, and things being as unlikely as they were the week prior, we got no fucking idea who's going to win the AFL Premiership season. Probably got no fucking idea who's going to win the AFLW.
Yes.
Season 10.
Loving it.
Kick starts this week. Joe.
I'm very, very keen. Thing I like about the AFLW, and I've said this like before in this, is that the young players that are coming through are immediately becoming like the best players in the comp. And I'm a real big fan of that because it's the girls that have been able to play footy growing up. So they've got the skills developed and they're coming in and they're immediately really good. And I'm all about that because I'm like, man, you saw it with Matilda Schultz last year, just immediately becomes a superstar. Like, it's this kind of, it's this thing. So it also adds a lot of unpredictability because teams bring in these young players who are immediately really, really good. And you're like, oh, shit. They immediately become close to premiership favorites. You saw it with the Swans a couple of years ago. Collingwood are going to be like that this year. They had the number one pick, and she's going to immediately play Ash Centra. And she could take the whole team to top 8 kind of thing. It's very exciting and very unpredictable. So we talk about the men's season being unpredictable. AFLW is even more so, and I'm keen.
I think with the AFLW, you mentioned there, like this, it's season 10, and I've loved the promotional aspect of it because it's now everyone sees season 10. This is a big launch, big year, 10 years of the AFLW. Arguably going to be its biggest year yet. I feel like there's a lot more investment from people and clubs and fans, and you'll still get the numpties that say, oh, they can't kick, oh, it's like watching kids footy, blah, blah, blah. What won me over last year, and one is because my team's a part of it. Now every team is there, so that's a great factor. What won me over last year was these women, these players, they don't give up.
No.
They never do. No matter what team you watch, and it's almost become part of the DNA of the AFLW. They never give up. We've seen blowouts before and stuff, but they just keep going. They keep tagging along. It's like every goal means something. And we should now see that. I think season 10 is going to be the biggest year yet because I think that next step, the big next step of what this comp wants to be, is going to hit perfectly this year. And we say about the unpredictability, we say about stars coming through who've learned to play footy and they've played through juniors and they have that full experience. This is going to be remarkable, I think.
Yep. You're absolutely right. You could not have said it more perfectly in there, is that they never give up is like the DNA. And through the entirety of the AFLW, you can say what you ever want about their skills. And obviously the early seasons, the skills weren't fantastic. But the one thing they always had was they hit each other really hard. Like they do not pull out a contest. They do not shirk anything. They just hit each other really, really hard. And that is still in the DNA of the league. And now you're also getting the skills to come in with it as well. 10 years not only signifies the fact that it's been 10 years since the AFLW started, but if you think about it, new draftees are coming in, they're 18 years old. You go back 10 years, they were 8. That's when you can start playing football. So for as long as these girls have been able to play football, they have had idols that they can watch that have been able to plaster it through. So not only is it 10 years, and yeah, it's a big double-digit celebration, it's also 10 years of development for these girls. Proper 10 years of development that every boy has had for the last 100 years. It's fantastic. And it's going to be, you're absolutely right, I think it's going to be the best year. You can already see, and like you're being an idiot to not see the skills developing as the years go by, because they have been. You've seen it grow. Each year the skills do get better. And if you're trying to pretend they don't, you're an idiot. Because they obviously do. And it's just going to keep on getting better. And I think the competition is going to get really like fierce and competitive. I'm very excited about it. And I also love just the vibe of the AFLW. They play at local grounds and pack them out. Alberton gets packed out on a good day. RCA Park is pumping all the time whenever, Saints play there. Just love the vibe they bring, and it's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to it.
AFLW and atmosphere is electric. When I went to the Alberton final last year when we played the Tigers, there was, I think, 5,500 people there, which sounded like 20, which that atmosphere at a local ground, when we play footy locally, like you just love a big crowd because you want to play more.
If like 400 people are there, I'm like, holy fuck, there's like 400 people. Like that's massive.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
The novelty of a local ground, and this happens in everything. And I don't want to detour away from the AFLW too much here, but when you play local footy or you play at a local ground, no matter what sport, the atmosphere is so much more involved because when you're it's authentic as well. But when you're at the Adelaide Oval or whatever, the novelty of playing at home is great. Big games and stuff happen. The atmosphere is always good. You play there every second week. When you're at a local ground, no matter where you're playing, it just feels like it's new for the first time every single time. Like you get someone will scream out something different. It won't be the same chant, and that's what I love. I love the authenticity of it. It's always aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
And I love the fact that I can just line up and get hot shoots for $4.
I was literally just about to say, I love the fact that I can line up for a beer and still watch the footy from the queue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like good vibe about that. And another thing as well, which is just purely an aesthetics kind of thing, they play a little bit later in the year, which means the weather's warmer, and that's great because I can stand in the sun, and watch the footy. Like it's beautiful. I love it. I think it's amazing. And yeah, very, very excited about it. Love the atmosphere, love what they bring, and very excited for the season start in 3 days, which is very good. We
get it all the way to late November, which is, I think, always good, and it's, I think it's what makes the season and the off season go a bit quicker for the men's too, because you get to November, it's like, oh, footy's finally done. But then
men's practice matches.
Bracky matches at the end of January and February, so it has so much more positives than negatives. And I generally have no idea who's going to win, but I would love to know from you, who do you think will win this year for the AFLW?
It's very interesting. Like, you're absolutely right. I feel like there's been a sort of stranglehold from like certain teams, obviously, over the years. And we've had a few other ones. We've had the Dogs win it before and the D's win it before. But like the big three have been Adelaide and Brisbane have been the big two. And North in the last couple of years have fought their way into it and obviously won it last year. And have sort of created this next line of dynasties kind of thing. And it's very hard to not tip one of those three. And for as long as I've been watching the AFLW properly, whether it's in a journalistic form, whether it's as a worker for either ESPN or Secure, whatever the case may be, North, Adelaide, and Brisbane have been the teams. they've been the ones. But it has been very easy to also see the development of a lot of other teams. Hawthorn developing really, really well. Sydney have an amazing culture. Port Adelaide last year playing finals for the first time. Just being able to see these teams sort of come up, like I mentioned before, Collingwood I think are going to be really good because they're going to have this sort of talent coming through. I still will tip North Melbourne as a I've seen how good they've been forever kind of thing, and their stars aren't going away yet. Jazz Garner, Ash Riddle, they're all still amazing. So I'm still going to tip North as my premise for the year. But I will say now, do not be surprised if the Sydney Swans are there and about for this year. I think they'll be around that area. They've got some absolute superstars. Chloe Malloy is a freak, and I think they will be in and around the area, but I'm still going to tip North.
I'll get your dark horse as well. So you've gone North.
And I think Sydney would be the dark horse.
North and Sydney is your dark horse.
What about you?
Port. No, I'm kidding. Very hard to shy away from the Crom and the Brisbane Lions, but I actually do want to give Freo were a bit of a jump last year as well. Similar as Port, they both finished 5th and 6th, and Freo did make it all the way to a prelim. And I feel like they have a nice program running at the moment. So I haven't been as avid a follower for the AFLW compared to what you've done both journalistically and obviously now with the Saints and everything else and having links as well. So from what I can gather, I reckon Freo are actually going to be my tip. A bit of a left field option.
Yeah, I like it.
And I reckon...
I know you want to tip Port so bad.
I need to mention it for quota. I just need to mention it.
I can see you itching. I can see. I'm
gonna say
I can see the ThePear intro flashing on my screen as
Yeah.
talking about this. I can feel the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Posture review. The videos cleaning my brain.
What's going on, Port fans? And as always, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Freo are going to win it, and if there's a dark horse, I reckon Port are going to run back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be different because everyone's going to be like, Adelaide, Brisbane, North. Hawthorn finished second last year, so
yeah, Hawks were very, very good last year, but I don't know.
You're tipping the Swans from 14th, 15th.
Yeah, they're okay. I think the Swans are not as in again. I'm saying I don't think they're going to win the flag, but I think they're going to be a much improved team as to what they have been.
Holly Malloy too.
She was injured, coming back from injury.
I liked how she announced it too.
Yeah,
I'm back. AFLW is going to kick off Thursday night, which means we've got no Friday night game of footy, which means JT, we should maybe do some tipping.
Tip. Yeah.
Should we put our tips in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, what happened last week?
I ended up getting 7 in the end. I was like, I don't know how well I did, but I got 7 in the end last week. In the top 10, Anna Cara, Baz's Ruse, and Daniel C all got 8, which was the highlights. They all sort of made their way around. Anna Cara has stormed her way up the ladder, just by the way. And is doing fantastic stuff. I ended up pulling in a 7, which is fantastic. You put a 6 and moved your way back down the ladder.
Fucking Port.
Towards 20. But yeah, so I'm sitting in 6th. You're sitting in 20th. We've had a few decent ones come through. Obviously, a lot of 7s. We had an 8 come from Shay in 32nd. So a player, someone in the bottom end of the table, pulling in an 8 to try and drag her away.
Last week there was a 35th place who came 9th.
Exactly. So very, very exciting.
Tip 9, sorry.
Yeah, so no 9s this week, which is okay. That's a good sign. Good sign of the comp that there's no 9s being tipped because there's been way too many 9s so far. So yeah, it will be interesting to see. But the top, few still stay the same. NATO and Geordie B both sitting around the top, fighting for the lead. Huntzilla Killer sitting one behind.
That's get in contact with us if you made it this far. Get in contact with us because I would. We're going to update them going into the last couple, I reckon.
Yeah, if you are either Nathan N, Geordie B, or Scott T, please let us know because we would like to feel your thoughts, and your concerns.
There's a $100 Prezi voucher coming your way.
Exactly right.
Which I better budget for.
Did you forget about that? That's okay.
Put away $50 this week, JT.
Can do. Gotcha.
Quiet night Saturday. Shit. Anyway, good luck to everyone going to the last couple of rounds. I'm obviously 4 behind you, so I'm safely going to concede.
Unless you start tipping crazy stuff at the end here. You'll just concede now? All right, that'll do. Yay.
I need 5.
Yeah.
To go ahead, or 4 and a better margin.
For a long time. It'll be a struggle.
I bought you so many cartons in your lifetime, man. So my margin's 73 and your margin is 82. So if I can get 4,
so you got the percentage on it. You got the percentage on
it.
Yeah.
All going into the last couple.
I
have to get exciting here. All right. We'll start Friday night footy, no Thursday night due to the AFLW, so make sure you get around that. Should we do an AFLW tipping competition or is that too much? Or just do between us. No, it's too much, isn't it?
It's probably too much.
Maybe we do it, but like, we can talk about it off there. That's too much work for now. It's hard enough trying to find a stupid sexy. Anyway, Friday night, Marvel. First of 2 games. They've given us a ripper to be on free-to-air, haven't they? And I know you're working, and I know you're going to have fun, and you're going to enjoy yourself. At least you'll be home a bit earlier.
I was going to say,
earlier start.
Myself is just stretch.
At least you're getting paid.
At least you get paid, and we're probably going to win, so that's nice.
And you know what, JT? You know what? This is going to be another one, a Marble Miracle. It's a away game. You seem to not win by more than a goal, so I'm tipping you by 2.
I'm tipping us by 27. Here's a little bit of information before you lock your tip in. I don't know if you saw after the Richmond game, obviously, we are undefeated in the candy stripe since we brought it back at the start of last year. We're wearing the candy stripe again.
I tipped you.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Well, that's for the people at home. For the people at home, if you're wondering, maybe the Bombers will pull something out here. We're wearing the candy stripe again.
Look, I can only hope, because I'm sick of you coming home happy and me being depressed. So, lose one, man, will you? And I also want to finish ahead of you, because then it feels like we've got authority over.
When we jumped you that last bit, I was like, I got him.
Thank God you didn't text me, otherwise I was going to fucking. It's only percentage. I hope you lose by 100.
Tip that, I dare you. That'll
be a good phone call drive home, won't it? Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm on the wrong side of the road. Fucking funny. All right, the main event, Freo versus Lions.
Should be good.
Tipping the Lions.
I was about to tip Lions too.
No, tip Freo.
No, I'm tipping the Lions. I like them. I think they're good.
You're going to play it safe now, aren't you, bastard?
No, that's not playing it safe. Tipping the Lions.
No, but you're going to play it safe as in tipping who I tip. So
you let me tip first then, and then it solves the problem.
Okay. Yeah, the Lions always respond in these games, and Freo have been teetering with danger. If Freo win this and win this close, which I hope it is, because I feel like we deserve something on it. It's not even prime time though, is it? It's just.
I'm kind of upset I don't get to watch this. I'm a little bit upset.
You'll probably catch the last quarter in the Champions.
Hopefully, it's on the TV in the rooms. That'd be nice.
I really, really hope we get a Saints Essendon, like Saints Freo, where nothing happens for 3 quarters and then you run away with it because Cooper Sharman kicks 3, or
yeah.
I don't know.
He always seems to do that against Essendon for some reason. So checks out.
We just hope it's close footy like last week, which would be nice. Another ripper coming up at 12:50 on a Saturday. Good game to watch for you. You get to be home and enjoying your day. Suns Giants. Expansion cap 2.
I was going to say, the last ladder predictor that I did, I had this as the one of the elimination finals. Suns hosting the Giants, the expansion cup as elimination final, which I would love. I'm going to tip the Suns in this one because I think they're really good. And I think it just adds a little bit of theatre. The Giants losing makes the Dogs go, fucking hang on a minute. And then it kind of opens
it does,
up.
Doesn't it?
So I'm going to tip the Suns here. And I'm going to say Ben King's going to fucking die. Do you see again Jack Riewoldt doubling down on the whole Ben King thing, being like he hasn't done it in a final? He hasn't played one. He hasn't had the opportunity to yet.
Sometimes, I mean no disrespect, Jack was a great player, but sometimes we just don't need special comments from people that played footy. Like, how many people do have to reach out?
So much. Oh, like he hasn't proved himself in a final. Let him play one first. It's not like he's like Charlie Kerno or whatever that's played a few and hasn't done much in them. Like, he hasn't had an opportunity yet. Give him a spell.
Commentary sucks. We have Derm again on the weekend. The only good thing about Derm on the weekend that didn't make my ears bleed, I kept saying Boakey a lot, so I was very happy about that. I'm also tipping the Suns.
Yeah. Lovely. Did you think it was going to change?
I wrote Giants for you. Wow, whoopsies.
Whoa.
Carlton Port. Oh, hang on a second. There is 2 games early.
I was just about to say, I've just read that. 12:35 into 1:20.
This is like the old clear your schedule early and then
Yeah.
save it for the main event for Pies Crows.
Get it
later.
all out the way. That's literally exactly what they've done. They've said, fuck that other shit off. I'm surprised they didn't put Hawks Melbourne at fucking 210.
We want the biggest build up ever.
Man, I have no fucking idea.
It's a real shit one, isn't it?
There might be 15,000 people.
Half of them will be Port.
Yeah.
Because all the Victorian Port fans will go.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we don't get this opportunity.
We don't get to see Trav anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. There'll be a few that'll rock up for that. There's no
I feel like
reason to be there.
I feel like now there's a rejuvenation for Port to back end this year. And if there's ever a game to win, it's probably this one out of the two, even though I said rest half the team and load up for the Sun.
Yeah.
The Suns in the last game with 50,000 people there to cheer off Bogey. Might get a bit of stage fright.
There's a chance. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to tip Port for this one. I think they're a better team than the Blues are right now. And I think Port have more to play for. Not that either team has much to play for, but Port have more to play for in terms of both. Because if Sam Doherty was still playing and said, I'll play to the end of the year, then I would be thinking differently. However, because they don't have that anymore and they're missing all their players, I'm going to tip Port Adelaide.
I'm tipping Carlton.
Fair enough. Reverse psychology. Back at it.
That and also, I've been here before.
I've had so much blind faith in Port Adelaide this year. And then last week when I tipped Freo, I felt like I was like, man, 1 week I don't tip them, they're going to fuck me over. But it was okay. But I was like, I was worried about it.
And they fucked me over for the 17,000th time for the year. Like royally penetrated.
Yeah.
There's no more jokes for me for that one. Hawks days, Hawks. The D's for Jared. Interesting. All right, main event time. Crows Pies.
I really want to do it.
So difficult.
I really want to do it.
To really comprehend what this could be.
The Pies fucking love the Adelaide Oval.
They do. They have not lost at the Adelaide Oval.
They love it
in
so
10
much.
games.
They have no Howe, though. Jeremy Howe is so big for them.
Crows get Tex back.
Even more so. Darcy Moore is currently playing some of the worst football he's ever played.
Everyone wanted Billy Frampton to come in, and then now he's coming. It's like, oh, no.
It's like, oh, go back. Every part of me wants to tip Collingwood here. Like, every single part of me. But I can't.
The only thing that I can see happening here is if it rains.
Yeah, because then it fucks over all the tools for Adelaide, which makes sense. Let me
It's
check
not.
All right.
It's not supposed to rain heavily, but it could rain throughout the day.
Adelaide SA on Saturday. It's currently 17 degrees where you are. I know you said it was 20 before. It's still warm. It is, yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, 14 degrees. Showers most likely later in the day. I'm trying to not tip Collingwood just off the basis that like the presence is what makes me want to tip them.
Then again, they're coming into this as big underdogs.
Yeah,
they love being the underdogs.
It makes the presence more felt. And like Nick Dacos still plays for them, so that means they can win any game.
And as well, and a bit of inside intel here too. This game has been pumped up both through media and everything.
Yeah, as
the biggest game of the year, not only in AFL terms, but this is the biggest event of the year in South Australia. They're calling it.
Yeah, and
I'm tipping Collingwood.
I'm going to tip Adelaide so that you have more of a chance of making your thing back. Well, I suppose it is a massive thing. If Adelaide win, they pretty much sew up top spot. Like that's basically what it means.
Well, I would love it because then the other thing as well is if we want theatre for the last round, there's so much more to play for than just the top 8 and the top 4. Because at the same time next week, Crows play the North, the early time slot on the Saturday. And if the Crows lose this week and they're up against the Cats for percentage, right? Yeah. then the Cats, Richmond, will have to win by
more
80 points or more than the Crows.
Yeah,
That's another piece of theatre.
bit going on.
I'm also just really, really hoping the Crows lose something.
I'll tip the Crows here, but every part of me wants to tip Collingwood. I'm just choosing not to.
So that's the the pre-card for what is set to be a massive Sunday on Fox.
Fuck me.
It's not at Marvel. It's at Ninja Stadium.
That's even worse.
It's in Tassie.
Oh my God. Richmond is so winning. Tip of the D's.
I'm tipping North. It's the
Tassie.
It's the Tassie factor for me.
I just think North is shit. So
I would really, really hope for you to be right in that whole thing. I genuinely want to be, and I love Richmond. I think they've been, for me, like when you hand out like a they've been enjoyable, and you see them get smashed, but it's also like next week they could show up and just cause nearly a big upset. So
even watching them on the weekend against us when they like hit the front, like McIntosh kicked that snap to put him in front, and I was like, yeah, all right, go on then, do it. That'd be funny.
Like if they have a sniff at winning, they will go ahead and try and win.
They try really, really hard. They are ethically doing everything they can. I'm tipping the Tigers.
I'm tipping North just because of that Tassie factor, but I do hope the Tigers win for your sake. Swans, Cats.
This is more interesting than
now.
I think people think
because it's at the SCG too.
Swans gonna inform.
I'm like, this is a real danger game for the Cats.
Although I did just see today, Brody Grundy is out.
Is he?
Delayed.
Oh, of course.
Delayed.
Oh, the Cats are winning.
Yeah, so if Grundy was in, I probably would have tipped the Swannies, but I'm going to go with the Cats. Although, it's not like the battle is much different. Like, the Cats don't really have a great ruckman, so it is what it is. But
they just have...
It would have been their point of difference, but...
The Cats have generally... I think the Cats have what they call a ruckman is the most useless position in the ground because it doesn't matter.
To be fair, you don't actually really need one.
No, I don't want to start that argument because I don't want to start arguing Ollie Wines should be a ruckman.
Do you know Hugh Boxall took a centre bounce as a ruck on the weekend?
They really are throwing the magnets around, aren't they?
I was sitting in the box and I looked down and I was like, is that fucking Hugh Boxall? And sure enough, up against Nate Gervis.
Did he win it?
No.
Did you tweet it out?
Got shut on. No, it was pretty funny though.
You should have. That would have been the most. Would have been like, if there's anything to take away from this game, Hugh Boxall can take centre bounce.
It's what happens when Mitch Owens isn't playing. They're like, fuck it, I don't know. Hugh Boxall, put him in there.
We go from one pet to another.
Oh,
Cats to the Dogs. They're not doing it 2 weeks in a row.
No, they're not.
No. And they're going to pump them.
The Dogs are going to win it by 140.
Yeah, I know the Eagles put up a fight, but this is at Marvel.
Yeah, you know what this game spells? If Cody Waitman was playing, he would have kicked 9 in this game. I'm telling you that right now. If Cody Waitman was playing, this is a game where he kicks 9.
This is where Darcy and Norton can trip over each other, and then Riley West kicks 18.
Yeah, exactly right. This the thing that makes me think the Waitman thing is they used to beat up on North Melbourne. When North Melbourne were the absolute worst and the Dogs played them a bunch, they used to beat up on them, and Cody Waitman had kicked 7 every time. And so this is like one of those games. So definitely the Dogs. It's just a question of who's going to kick all their goals. And I think Darcy hasn't had his massive bag for a little while. I think he kicks like 9.
Kicked 6 2 weeks ago, but that's okay.
But I feel like a massive bag. But not like without Norton. I'm saying he kicks 9 and Norton only kicks like 2. You know, like it's the Darcy show, not the Darcy and Norton show. It's just the Darcy show.
Spin-off.
Yeah.
Also going to clip it in there. You said, I feel like a massive bag. So
nice.
I know where the Prezi voucher I can go to.
Big Sunday for me. Watching these guys at Marvel.
I know. Imagine coming home from the AFLW and being like, oh, this is on.
Oh, great.
Just come back from the atmosphere of the great,
first home game of the season.
Yeah, fantastic.
Saints fans in the house. And then I come home and I watch 6,000 people at Marvel.
Darcy kicking 9.
Fuck. Oh, well.
Penultimate round of 2025. Jared, what a year it's been.
What a year it's been.
Couldn't wait further to
No,
get it done.
honestly, I'm very excited for this one to be done. Very quickly on the aesthetics of this one because they're not great. Bombers Saints, no one will be there.
I really look forward to reading the Marvel sign in full.
Yeah, it's gonna be seriously good, isn't it? Also, it's like weird going to Marvel as like an away team, but like it's gonna be very funny to me. So looking forward to that. Freo Brisbane, that'll be fine, probably. Brisbane people want to go to Perth for a week. That's cool. Suns Giants, that might be okay. Blues Port, I don't know. Hawks Melbourne, yeah.
Blues Port's good because the teal stands out. And
Yeah,
I know Victorian Port Adelaide supporters, they love to deck themselves out in teal.
Yeah, fair. To like differentiate from the Collingwood and the Carltons of the world, which is fair. Hawks Melbourne could be okay. These fans won't be there, but could be okay. Crows Pies will be really cool. Gonna be
unless it's raining, those will be ponchos.
Then it'll be ponchos, but I think it'll be cool. North Richmond, Sydney Geelong. That's all I had to say about that.
Let's just say. You want Ninja Stadium to put the fucking hill and just paint Ninja on it? You know, like they do for the cricket, but they just do it on the hill.
Oh, fantastic! No one will be there. Looking forward to it. Sydney and Geelong, that'll be okay, maybe.
That is just a clip in itself. What do you think of this?
Yeah, that's the promo. That's the promo clip.
Yep.
Just North Richmond. And then Dogs Eagles. This one will be okay, actually, because I saw a tweet about this on the weekend, and it's a thing that I've said for a very, very long time. West Coast fans are the most loyal fans ever, and they will show up. And they travel okay, and there's West Coast fans here. This will be pretty good, Dogs Eagles at Marvel. And it's a decent time slot for, like, kids. Like, 4:40, you'll get home at an okay time. You're not going to be out too late because it's school night the next night. Or, school day the next day. It'll be okay.
I've got nothing to add to that. Yep. I'm also very, very glad that I didn't get a single input. You've just run through it yourself, so you might as well sign it off.
Well, you were ignoring it before. That's why I was like, aesthetics.
Did mention my teal thing, so it's okay.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, the input, it's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, the ninja painting.
I just really want to see the ninja on it. Oh, it's not the ninja logo, it's just a ninja.
I think every stadium should paint the words. Oh, it'd be really good.
The Adelaide Oval should just have the word oval.
On the oval?
On the oval.
Oh, it's very good.
Well, that's it. Anything to add?
Let's hope footy's okay.
Yeah, let's hope for two things on the weekend. A Port win.
And a Richmond win.
And a Richmond win. And a Pies win.
Let's do it. We're backing it in. Personal vendetta is completely included in that.
Yeah.
Not that I have a vendetta against North. I just really want to prove my point, like so badly.
I think we get a lot wrong on here, so I just really would like to have something go
get
right.
That one be good.
Just some credibility for this.
A win for GT if Richmond win on the weekend.
Like a Richmond win, it's just a win for the podcast. And you know what? We might post a full-time graphic just for that alone.
Yes.
It's just a picture of JT like this.
Finding the clip. Let's just be like, yes.
Oh, if they win, have it ready.
Yeah, I should probably find that clip. I'll find that sometime this week. I'll go back and get it.
Not writing on this one. Anyway, we're done. And as always.